Hey, hi, how's it going? I just remembered something in the middle of doing a million and one things, and so I'm getting everything ready to do the next painting, whatever the next painting may be. Give me 1 second. I'm just moving things around in my studio. Welcome to my studio. Welcome to. I'll duck out of the way here and lift this up a bit so you can see me now. Okay. Welcome to Kim's Art and Entertainment Studio. Yeah. Overhauled Art and Entertainment Studio. I am your hostess with all the toasts. My name is Kim Overholt, and my usual toast for you goes a little bit like this. And it. Oh, hold on a second. I don't think I have anything to toast you with. Hold on a second. I'll see if I can find something. I had some. Hold on. Yeah, I do. Okay, hold on. I wander around the house all day drinking. No, not drinking what you think. I'm not an alcoholic. I drink bubbly, and it doesn't even have sugar in it too, which is awesome. But it still tastes good. Have any of you guys tried this bubbly stuff? It's awesome, awesome. Oh, and I forgot I grabbed myself something to drink. I don't even do a cheer. Okay, so my cheer for you today goes a little bit like this. Oh, here's to artistic genius Pablo Picasso. His final words were, "Drink to me, and who am I to argue with genius?" There we go. So cheers, everybody. Drink if you got a drink because it's important to keep hydrated. Especially right now, if you have electric heat on, especially when it's so cold these days, you got electric heat going and you just keep yourself warm, but it gets really dry. But usually when I'm talking to myself, I'm usually keeping my mouth shut. I try to, anyways. Let me have a seat. Nice to see you. Hi, Kim Overholt here. Got my files getting ready. The unfortunate thing for me is like I was supposed to start my business, say back. Well, I got the my business license back in 2019, like right on the end. Like I might as well say 2020, but it was more like it was more like 2019. I think it was December of 2019 because I was just turned my birthday. I just turned 50. Yeah, I was going to get some things going with it, with doing, as you can see, oh, well, you can't see right now. I got boxes in the way. I have bins full of easels for people to come and paint with me. But unfortunately, with this whole COVID thing, nobody's painting with me. Nobody's painting with me right now. But I'm hoping maybe in the future, maybe if I have to wear a mask and that way you don't have to smell my bad breath. Thank goodness for there isn't such things as smell-o-vision because you'd be like, well, Kim, at least you whipped a dandruff, right? you know, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, so how's everything going for you? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know the day's been kind of good. It's been sunny out, and I've been doing some tidying up in my studio. There's always, as much as I try to keep it tidy, I start finding other things to get into, and I just go in a different direction, and then I'm lost for a couple hours, and then I come back and think, I was supposed to be tidying up. Yeah, so I even have like things on my desk I have to get tidied. I have the Grumbacher acrylic paints that I have from doing the paintings earlier. I have to kind of get them off my desk and tidy my area. Now that I've finished most of the paintings that I've done, or that I was thinking of doing, any ones that I've been starting back up again, I love Grumbacher. They helped me get my start working for Michaels doing. Teaching acrylic painting, of course. They never had a class for me, so I started out painting in the actual department store. And after that, I started doing paint nights and started to get out in public and doing it in restaurant and bars. And I got around. Not so much anymore, especially with COVID going on. Like I said, I had just got my license to start doing Niagara art parties, Niagara paint parties, cannabis and canvases. I was going to get that started up. The canvas and canvas could have been a lot of fun. Actually, no, no, no. I did manage to maybe do a couple events, but there were nothing like I already had the canvases ready to go, and they were just the first kind of experimental test. parties, if you will, see how it went, and it was awesome. I gotta say, any what the party was supposed to be was like a usual paint party where it's supposed to be only like 2 hours. You take a break in between, and then you finish in 2 hours. But because it was a cannabis and campus party, it took a little bit longer. So that was okay though. We snacked, braked a little bit longer, and puffed and went back at it. It was pretty awesome, and everybody did a fantastic job too. So in the end, I think I do have pictures somewhere. You can go to my website, obviously, kimoverholt.com, and see the paintings that I've done, as well, like the paint parties too. You can, like, I'm not lying when I said I used to do sold out events. I used to do sold out events. I used to have whew, yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do. And, I'd really love to get going. Doing anything live again, too, is a lot of fun. And that's why I started doing these live little broadcasts and stuff. Well, whatever. I have to talk to people, tell people about my art. You got to get out there. You got to get talking to people and give stuff, give credit where credit is due, and say thank you to the people that get you going and on your way to, doing all kinds of art and stuff like that. Thank God for Walt Disney for getting kids all kind of excited about seeing things and dreaming big. But of course, it's all about how you do it. And unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, I am doing what I love. I still do what I love, but I unfortunately don't work for Disney. So, but you're neither here nor there. I worked in a factory, and I heard that's pretty much what it's like to work in one of the studios when you had to do the flipping of the pages and on the screen too. It starts out being something that you'd think would be fun, and it kind of ends up being just like a whatever job. But you know what? It's always fun to create all the time. So I'm always going to be always creating new things all the time. So there's a couple things. Yeah, my paints here. I have to kind of put them in a spot. I have the rest of my paints here. There's those colors. I got a nice light blue. Look at me. I'm always showing them back off the end. Those my black and the nice gold here. Okay, and yeah, I'll just set them aside. Just give me 1 second. Yes, the whole thing about being a good artist is also being tidy with all of your stuff, so that you know where to find it again. When I used to be a clown, I used to do a song called "Take Care of Your Stuff." Put your things away so that you can play with them another day, and that's the way it usually goes for me too. Okay, okay. Um, This is what I used earlier yesterday. Grumbacher final varnish to do like a final coat on my finished painting that's going to be shipped out. Hopefully today, if not today, definitely tomorrow, because I have everything ready to go. It's just a matter of getting it to the place and getting it out there. So, April, it's on its way. Okay, let's see. Well, let me show you one of the finger painters I have over here. I probably showed this a million times, but I love showing it off. My Joe Satriani. I painted this one, and I love this. This is a finger painting too, and give it to my hubby Frank because he loves Joe Satriani. He has himself an Ibanez as well. There we go. I mean, you can put it sideways like that and have him playing that way. But in the picture, he's actually like this. So I love the colors, and I splashed all kinds of like color on it, and it started out as a negative, and it made color come alive. It made it come alive. I love it. Joe isn't here. At least I think he is. Anyway, I have fun. I enjoy that kind of thing. Yeah. So my studio, like I say, I'm gonna have to go through a lot of my canvases, and I have a lot of paintings. Still from other paint nights that I've done, many samples in the past, and I'm seeing what I can find in the back and what I can get to you guys. So bear with me. And yeah. Other than that, I hope you're enjoying your day. I hope you're having a good one. I have see, I've also got all my sketchbooks here. I got into a really big Brad Pitt kick here. I was starting to pastel and ink a lot of Yeah. Oh, there's a Johnny Depp. Of course, I think I've showed you that one. That one's I showed these off before, but I'll show you again because I love to show off. There's one where he played. What was it? Jerry Lane. Jerry Lane. Sort of la la la. Sorry. That's a Brad Pitt a day keeps the doctor away, right? Right. And that's Ariana Grande as a caricature. And another caricature of Brad Pitt. There we go. The Brad Pitts that I know they don't like that one. Oh, here's Brad Pitt that I love. Achilles. Yeah, yeah, that's a nice one. And ooh, ooh, ooh. Is it this way? Let's go this way. I have two sides to this book, so. Oh, I have my Bruce Lee. Yo! Oh, oh. Anyways, and oh yeah, and then there's this Brad Pitt here, and and I did the Batman. I did the Prime Minister. I did, oh, ideas. Yeah, I got ideas in here. I did a Jeffrey Goins and the 12 Monkeys. Another Brad Pitt. Hand holding a globe. I love that one. That's a cool one. Frida Cool. Yeah. Another Brad Pitt. Tight clip. Going upside down and backwards and one way around and the other. Da, da, da. Niffler. Cute little Niffler. A Picasso cat. Oh, and a nice picture. 3D picture. I like light and shadow. I like to play with light and shadow. Da, 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 da. Sweet leaf. Da, 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 da. Cat in the hat. Bouncing on the ball. Ooh, oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Glorious Bastard, too. Yeah, okay, so yeah. So, yeah, this is like stuff I have nearby where I get ideas and get inspired from my book of the book. Oh my gosh, I don't show this one at all to people. This is like my secret book, but I'll show you because you're special. I'm gonna show you some of the old stuff that I used to do, and I know you'll be offended. Oh, my favorite was this one. Besides there's it's very rough drawing. It said it's usually in the late fall or early winter when the squirrels begin to hide their nuts. This can be make it hard in that hibernation time and awkward climbing trees. Bad cartoon. It was one bad cartoon after another. Fluffy the cat. Oh, this is going back to 1990 something. 1995. Oh my gosh. This is a cartoon of me in 1995. Ta-da! Yeah, still looking good. That's the same way I look now. Whoop whoop. Now I used to do a night series, so Good Night, Sweet Prince. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's terrible, terrible, terrible. Uh, Night of the Living Dead. How about night shift, a nightgown? Oh, I don't know. um, oh, I've never met a squirrel like you before. I love this one. It's my favorite. Okay. Coming down, I should color it in one day. I plan on coloring them in. Some of them I have colored in. Da, 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 da. Okay. One of my favorite things to do when I was a kid was to draw people walking on wet cement and having them sink into the sidewalk. I did one at Jimi Hendrix, but it's an old one. Oh, I did one of a friend of mine who got dreadlocks. This is Harry shares his talent, which is basically he drank his own urine and spit it through his teeth. The people I know, well, knew. This is going back 1997. We're talking 97. Oh my God. Oh, Jim, what happened to your house? I had a mortgage burning party. Oh, there you go. Oh, misadventures of Fluffy the cat. Oh, yeah, my one friend, Stuart Patterson, the fart and tartan. I remember showing him that the one time he laughed. He thought it was hilarious. And that was in 99, 1999. Wow. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, I love dancing. Of course, I love dancing. Showing Pearson dancing around. I love dancing. Oh, the night has a thousand eyes. Did you see that one? Oh, I missed it again. The night of a thousand eyes. Oh, the night has a thousand eyes. Gross. When kids make cartoons when they're grown up, right? Oh, this is a picture of my hubby playing guitar. That's what he reminds me of. Psychedelic. Almost like Robert Crumb, kind of like strung out. Okay. La 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 la, my aliens. Da, 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 da. The night was on fire. Hey, the night was on fire. Oh, that was awful. I don't do very much of those anymore. I had people come in and do little drawings in my book, which was kind of cool. And well, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, yeah. For inspiration, I go to these. I want to do one day a comic book, but I, of course, would probably have to get a grant or something or have it be specific for something. I have no idea what it would be, anyways. I have to do a cheers. I'm getting dry again. So, cheers. Um, Here's to it and from it and to it again because we never know when we'll be here to do it again. Cheers. Back in the day when I used to play with paint night at the bars, and oh, we get that schooner. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, I'd have like pints. One pint I was good. 2 pints was better. Three, you probably have to walk me home. So I usually didn't go past two. I know my limit. So a small little body like mine doesn't handle a lot of alcohol, that's for sure. So, and weed works much better for me, anyways. Anyways, yeah. So, cheers. It is so nice and quiet here. That's the only thing. The other thing I like about being here too is it's a nice quiet place. I used to move quite a bit, and I'm sure one day I'll probably have to move again. But it sure beats living in somebody's basement where they're walking above you when you're really, really sick, and you have to have the covers over your head, and you're telling people, you're not feeling well, but they don't really care. It's a long story, and thank God it's a long time ago and a long ways away, so I don't really. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to. And we're better as we grow older. I figure we learn to be more forgiving as we get older, for sure. I think, especially being an artist, you learn to reflect on life, and you have to find all the good in life because, as a lot of artists go, they can be quite dark. Yeah, there are a lot of dark artists out there who just kind of dwell on the negative. But I used to, I always try to stay in the positive and always keep, up and up with everything that I do. I have so many great ideas, and there's never enough time to get everything done, let alone have enough, uh, I like people to back you up with your ideas that you have. It's one of those things. You try when you're younger to get your business off the ground. I remember as soon as I got out of college, I was like, I was in the flea markets. I was trying to sell portrait work in the flea market. You know how you start out in the flea markets with all that. Um, and then I moved from flea markets. I started to do other things. Started getting into the internet and finding out about how to ship internationally. So I managed to do a few pieces into the States. Like I say, I have a couple pieces in the States. And but I would really be something cool would be able to have my work in a gallery and be able to show it off somewhere like really prestigious, right? That's always like the main thing any artist probably wants is like that one shot where you know you got the gala going on and everybody's all talking about it and everybody's excited about it, but those days are probably gone by now. It's one of those pipe dreams that you think about. Remember those days when it used to be wine and roses? Doesn't happen very much anymore. But that's where you know you kind of got to do it for yourself. You got to kind of give yourself a pat on the back, give you your own victories every once in a while, because you know you're the only one who's going to be at the end of the day having to look at your face in the mirror and being happy with the person that's looking back at you, right? That's right. And you know, I was telling my hubby yesterday. I said, if I died tomorrow, you know, I'd be happy. I really like the things that I've done. I think I'm pretty proud of, and the things that are still coming. I'm excited for, and sometimes a little bit trepidatious about because it's almost like I tell the story of when I jumped into the Ottawa River off a 50-foot cliff from this one spot that they do it all the time. It wasn't like it was like this odd. I'm just jumping off a cliff for no reason. It was like there's a jumping point that they have while you're doing a tour down the Ottawa River, which I did back in 1980. Oh, I could say 88, 89, maybe. Say that far back. Yeah, and I did. I jumped off a 50-foot cliff at this one area where they all jumped right into the river, and you know, I swam to shore and made it. And it's like that was fun. That was, you know, you can do that. You don't have to worry because there's people that you know are going to catch you, and that's always a good thing. When you're aware that there's people out there ready to catch you, you don't really worry about the risk because you know that you're going to make it. They weren't going to leave me stranded out in the middle of someplace. No, I ended up at one point. I ended up in this eddy, which I'm watching like everybody that are in the rapids. You know, at this one point, it's not too dangerous, and everybody's out and they're all floating past me. I'm like, how come I'm not moving? And somebody's like, yeah, you're stuck in an eddy. You've got to kind of swim out a bit. So, and that's what I always tell people too. Sometimes when you feel like you see people going past you, like maybe you're just kind of caught in something right in the moment. You got to kind of find out what that thing is and then keep going at it until you can work your way out of it and make your way back with everybody else and just keep moving forward. Creative blocks happen like that sometimes. I do that quite often. I get a creative block and I feel like I'm kind of like in the spot where I'm not moving and everybody else is getting past me. It's not a competition, and we got to keep that in mind too. So, being an artist, you have to remember we're all out to kind of learn from each other too. It's important. We should. It is. Um, yeah. So, when you ever feel like you got yourself into a little bit of an idiot, you can always just kind of get ideas from other people, and they'll pull you out of your little spot, and that's a great thing too. And of course, while I was there, I almost drowned, which is like a crazy thing. And it wasn't even like the thing wasn't I wasn't even in the rapids when I almost drowned. I was actually trying to swim, and I you know when you're swimming out to something and you you look at it and you judge. You're like, okay, I can make it. I'm swimming away, and I'm getting there, and I'm like. I'm not that far away and I'm getting tired. My arms are getting tired, you know, and I'm swimming and you know you don't know what the bottom is, you don't know how deep the water is, but you're still swimming, and you get your arms are just exhausted and you're like, okay, I got to tell somebody that you know I'm only like a few feet away, pull me in if you can because I don't know if I'm going to make it, right? So I had told the people that I was with at the time, I'm like, hey, can somebody grab me? I'm like exhausted and I'm like using all my breath to just try and get somebody's attention. And somebody out on the dock that I'm trying to get to says, don't touch her, she'll drag you under. It's like, No, I just need a hand in too. And I managed, I got so angry and frustrated at this person for saying that, and nobody was touching me at that point now. So I had to. What I ended up doing is like I swam as much as I could, and then I flipped over onto my back, and I started like going like on my back and pedaling with my feet until I made it to the dock. I bonked my head on the back of the dock and managed to climb myself up, and like I was exhausted, and then somebody managed, like they pulled me up at that point, but I was so tired and I was so angry. But you know what, I made it. I did it myself, and I felt better for it. And as soon as I got there and caught my breath enough, I jumped back off the dock and went right back right back to shore. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I enjoyed the experience, the experience of going on a whitewater or rafting thing is like a wild, cool experience. Rock climbing is cool too, but whitewater rafting is very, very much fun. And if you ever get a chance to do it safely, go for it. Always be careful, keep your safety. If you ever get a chance to do it nowadays, I don't know if you can actually do any whitewater rafting without having to have some kind of distance. I don't know. I don't even know if you can do it. Just, who knows? Anyways, you're neither here nor there. Yeah, yeah. If you ever get a chance to do something that's like out of the ordinary, but it sounds thrilling, you should do it. You should try it because you're never going to get the chance to ever be in this time ever again. So you got to live once, right? You got to try and see what happens. That's all you can do. That's all I ever do. It's like I put things out there, and sometimes I end up like I say, I put my foot in my mouth quite often. And I end up, like I say, go to Hollywood and I step in dog poop. And stuff like that, it's like, you never know what's going to happen. Never come around the corner, this next life, who knows? It could be a whole new ball game. And yeah, sometimes with this bizarro world right now we're living in, I'm wondering if somehow, I made some kind of weird wish and then all of a sudden everything just kind of went kind of, right? Who knows? Anyhow, I'm glad you can sit and listen to me banter on because I am good at bantering, and my my husband says that yeah, I'm good for rattling on about stuff. He never listens anyways. Oh, life as an artist, you just gotta kind of roll with the punches, and thank goodness he's been putting up with me for 25 years. That's a good sign. So yeah. Anyhow, on that note, yeah, I better get finishing cleaning my studio here because that's what I originally started doing. Like I was saying, putting things in their place, and I'm going to be starting up a next painting or something soon. I have an idea for maybe a Mick Jagger. I'm thinking next, so keep an eye out. I'll be coming back at you maybe with a nice Mick Jagger to do. I'm trying to figure which version of Mick Jagger I want to do, like the young version or the one that I know in my life, or the one that was like the younger, cooler, younger version, or whatever. I'll figure it out. It's in there somewhere, rattling around in my brain. And when figure it out, you'll be the first to see some of the stuff going down on my canvases. And in the meantime, I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep out of trouble. And as my mama always said, peace, oh brother, with a little bit added. Oh, I can just see her now dancing away. Even with her stroke and everything, she could shake it. Wow.